All right, for today's video review, we're going to be taking a look at BotBots Series 6 CHOW Wow from the Pet Mob. CHOW Wow here turns into a little bowl of dog food. This is a repaint of a previous series BotBot from Series 5. This is a repaint of Slurpaderp from the Hibachi Heats, who turned into a little bowl of ramen noodles here. And yeah, it works okay. Truly, I feel like this is kind of a unnecessary repaint or not that an exciting repaint. Like, yeah, it's something different, but I don't think it's quite as good, at least in this mode, as Slurpaderp, because obviously this was actually more sculpted to be ramen and a little ramen bowl rather than a dog bowl. I feel like it's a bowl, so like it's fine. Maybe I'm just overthinking this a little bit, but typically you'd put dog food in like a shallower bowl with a wider bottom that's less rounded off, just because like if a dog was eating out of this kind of bowl, wouldn't it mostly just like tip over? Like, I feel like you wouldn't put dog food in this kind of bowl, but whatever. A bowl is a bowl. The kind of weirder choice I think that they made here is that, like, obviously this sculpting up here for the actual food is still kind of like the ramen sculpt for from Slurpaderp. But it's mostly just a mishmash of stuff anyway, so I think it relatively works. It's really weird though that they decided to paint this gold. Gold? Like, is gold a color that you'd use to describe dog food? You'd think it should just be like brown, right? Like, were they just not using brown as a paint color in BotBot Series 6? Because having this be gold is just a super weird choice. Just sticks out in a really, really unusual way. Because it looks a little bit less like food and looks more like, a bronze coated sculpture of food or something like that. Like, very, very weird, but whatever. I do like the dog face on the front. I mean, it's a little basic, but it definitely gets the point across. So yeah, I feel like alt mode wise, this does not work quite as well as Slurpaderp, but whatever. In terms of transformation, it's just the same as Slurpaderp. Obviously, you just want to take the bottom section here and pull it out like that to be the legs. The arms are these side panels here. The temptation is to try to pull them from this section, but if you do that, more often than not, it'll just kind of end up coming off of the ball joint before actually extending fully out. So the best way to actually do the arms is to pull them from the top here. For whatever reason, they just they stay on a little bit better that way, just because the leverage is in the right place, I suppose. And one thing that I noticed too is that, like, compared to Slurpaderp here, and part of the reason why the arms actually have a bit of an easier time staying on CHOW Wow is there actually is a little bit of remolding. Like, they've actually made these sections proper ball joints rather than like the little weird half pegs that Slurpaderp have. So, the arms stay on a little bit better. I mean, I was not expecting them to do that kind of change just because it's not totally necessary, but it is nice that the arms stay on a little bit better on this version. And then to finish off transformation, obviously you just take the top section here, which can be kind of tricky to get your fingers on sometime, but you just want to extend that out. There we have CHOW Wow in their robot mode. And yeah, pretty similar to Slurpaderp, honestly, pretty similar vibes all around. Like, see, there you go. The arms do stay a little bit better on CHOW Wow, depending on how careful you're being with, oh my gosh. All right. You get the idea. Let's just do this off camera. There we go. Yeah, so I mean the transformation is a little bit nicer just because the arms stand a little bit better, but the vibes in robot mode are pretty much the same. Honestly, like, the biggest difference is really just like the decal on the front there, just for what's supposed to be in the bowl. Weirdly does have a little bit more paint on the face here, which is not typical of Series 6, although it's a pretty simple face to begin with. Actually, it has like little eyes picked out, which I guess are implied to be kind of like behind that visor. Either way, still kind of the same vibe, but, to each his own. I think that they both look good. I still like Slurpaderp a little bit better just because, the detail up here is nicer, and I like this decal a little bit better. It's a little bit more detailed, but they're really kind of the same vibe there. And then alt mode, I think I gave Slurpaderp a full 5 out of 5. I think this one is going to drop down to like a 3 out of 5 just because, like, it's okay. I think you can understand what it's supposed to be, but like the sculpting for the food is not quite right, and just the gold just doesn't make any sense to me. And also, I don't know, the dog face gets across what it's supposed to be, but it is kind of just like a basic cartoon dog, not that exciting. So yeah, not as good in alt mode. And then transformation is the same, so still normal average 3 out of 5. which is going to give CHOW WOW here an ultimate score of 10 out of 15, which makes them a 3-star BotBot. So yeah, pretty average overall. A little bit worse than Slurpaderp, who was a 12, I believe. So 4-star, 3-star, just because the alt mode just works a lot better. There's a lot more detail, like painted detail on there, versus just like picking out entirely in gold. The robot modes are about the same. The change of the ball joints to instead of the weird half pegs is nice, but it doesn't make that big a difference, honestly. And yeah, the alt mode is just not as exciting. But yeah, if you want to pick up CHOW WOW, they're available in either of the two Pet Mob 8-packs. So if you pick up the full 4 set of 8-packs like I did, you will get 2 of CHOW WOW, unfortunately. But they're not available in the 1-packs or anything like that, so that's the only way to get them. But yeah, that's pretty much all there is to them. If you enjoy my videos, make sure to leave a like and consider subscribing. I do reviews every Tuesday, Thursday, and Sunday. Make sure to check me out on my Instagram account. That's toys.n.art. Without further ado, here we have BotBots Series 6 CHOW WOW.